here, it's starting
You
already.
literally just did this.
No, this is going to be like, you need to make that, this co-captain Sierra.
Are you feeling it?
Yeah.
Two arms rolled over safely and efficiently across dangerous reef here.
We might not come back.
You might not come back because she is going to throw me over. This trip may end up with just one person. Sierra will be doing the talking and the pulling, and I will be bobbing. I'll be doing the shredding, the dog paddle. How can I be drawing a blank like that? Anyway, I digress. And Sierra's here to pull me back when I become adrift. There goes that shark right over there, the good luck shark. And we were only 19 feet away from the dock, well within our 20-foot range. All right, folks, this is Dangerous Reef. It's our largest tank in the aquarium. It's 750,000 gallons of artificial seawater. And I say artificial because we make it up in-house. We use the Myrtle Beach tap water, and we add 350,000 pounds of salt and all the other minerals to make this nice, clear, beautiful, healthy water for our fish. Just about 6,000 fish total in the tank. Now, we're pretty close to the beach here. Why do you suspect we don't just pump that water in right from the ocean right into the tank? Yeah, it's turbid, it's contaminants, pollutants, parasites, etc. We want these animals to be healthy, so we make the water up and monitor it constantly to make sure it's perfect for them and keep them the best they can be. There it is, that's the sand tiger shark. Now that we've had the sharks go over, we have 3 different kinds of sharks in the tank here. We have your sharks, which you may or may not see. They're typically a nocturnal animal. We have sandbar sharks, which is a smaller shark, but it has a huge fin-to-body ratio. And then we have the sand tigers, that slow-moving one, with a smaller fin. Look at that, we have some people fish down there too, folks. They must have been well fed today. Oh, here it is. The nurse sharks do hang out during the course of the day and sleep, and that's one of our nurse sharks right there. Right on top of the tank, posing for everyone. That 2.5 inches of acrylic that the tunnel is made out of is enough to hold 700 to 750 elephants. That's what the engineers have calculated it to. And also, what happens is, have you folks been through the tunnels yet? All right, so the animals that you see through the tunnel, it's distorted size-wise, a little bit of shape and color. So they are about 30% smaller looking in the tunnel than they are here. Oh. This is 3 inches of reinforced glass, so you get a 1-to-1. So that 9-foot shark that is 9 foot up here in the tunnel would look like it's 6 feet long approximately. Here comes another sand tiger. Now folks, I'm from up north, and if you allow me the opportunity, I will talk for the entire tour, and I will talk quickly the entire tour, so ask me questions please. Now all of these animals, except for the one that just swam below us, are considered local animals, and they would see you off Myrtle Beach. You would not see them. The sawfish, formerly up until the 50s or 60s, would be an animal that went all the way from New York down to Florida, but they were hunted to near extinction by the most fearsome creature on earth. Do we know what that is?
Whale.
That's absolutely correct. And it was only for that rostrum that they saw on the nose of that shark. Or actually, it's most closely related to rays. They're all grouped as elacobrants, meaning they're animals that have a cartilaginous skeleton. But they're closer to rays than sharks. Now we have our smaller male over here. He's a teenager. He's about 9 to 10 feet long or so. We have our female over there in that far corner. She's in the prime of her life. She's in the 35 to 40-year-old range. And she is 15 feet long. This boat is 16 feet long, so if she were to come up into the boat, which doesn't happen that often, leaping up into the boat, but if she would almost fill up the whole boat. Now, because they are an endangered species, they are trying to, and they're critically endangered, they're trying to breed them. And Ripley's Aquarium has the stud book, so we have all the DNA information for the 39 of these sawfish that are in captivity. If a zoo or aquarium were to try to breed them, they would come to us and go through all that DNA information to make sure that it was a good match, make sure they weren't cousins or anything like that, and there were no defects that were available. But they would have to go through the Ripley's Aquarium first. Now they've only bred successfully in captivity one time in 20 years, and that was in the Bahamas. It was an open water aquarium. So the tide was right, whatever else was in the water. It was a full moon, some violin music. They were able to breed successfully. And it was captured one time within the last year or so out in the wild. And the scientists, they know so little about this very difficult animal to find that they weren't sure what was happening at first. As they were videoing it, they saw that sawfish had birthed one animal. And at that point, after they captured that on video, they moved off and allowed them to complete the rest of what was going on in kind of private. Any questions at all, folks?
Is this the average size for the zoo?
Actually, she's on the small size. In the wild, they could grow to 18 and 20 feet long. And the largest one that was ever captured is 23 feet long. The size of, some great whites, or maybe a little bigger than so. Now, right below us, we have the unsinkable one. What boat do you think we're on right now? This gentleman knows right here. But we put this seascape and wreckage in here. It attracts the smaller fish, and also the smaller fish attract the bigger fish, so they have an area to swim around. As we're moving off to this way, we're getting into the middle of a grouping of fish. Does anybody know what we call them?
School.
A school of fish, right? They are the smartest fish in the tank. They know that there's safety in numbers. A huge mass of fish like that will confuse and discourage prey. They can't pick out one individual animal. And the ones in the center know that all they have to do is be faster than the fish next to them to escape someone's lunch. We have a number of different fish down here. We have some yellow ones. It has a black stripe on their face. And in general, these fish here are grunts. Scientists call them that because they make unusual noises. So that yellow one with the black stripes is called a porkfish. And it's called a porkfish not because it's a substitute for your favorite Easter meal. The fact is it makes an unusual grunting noise which sounds like an oink. So if you're underwater with them, in a school of them, it would sound like you were in a barnyard with a herd of little piggies. So they make an oinking noise. We also have some fish over here that have a yellow stripe down their back, and it has a yellow tail. Scientists have named them yellowtail snappers. They have big canine teeth, and they click them together and makes kind of a snapping noise. There's also a bluish fish down here that has squiggly blue stripes. That's a French grunt. And they make a grunting noise, and it's rumored, or it's been told, what they tell us is that they make that grunting noise with a French accent. Amanda does a fabulous French grunt.
So does Jason.
Oh, Jason? Yep.
Jason did really good.
Yeah? Well, Amanda must have learned from Jason. I'll have to get him next time I'm on the boat with him. I'll have to get him to do his French grunt imitation. Here's a sandbar shark. Moving quite a bit faster, and it has that much larger fin, that one right there. We're coming up on our shark cage. Do we have any certified divers on board the boat here today? Okay, go ahead. There you go. If you're a certified diver, they give you an opportunity. They will suit you up, gear you up in the acclimation area. You can come into this shark cage here. They will allow you 15 minutes or so to make sure you're okay in the water and the fish are okay with you. And then you have an opportunity to swim out with two of the Ripley's divers, and you can go eyeball to eyeball, face to face, nose to nose with the fish and the sharks down here. All right, I'm going to ask you a loaded question here, but is there anybody on this boat who's ever played a game of cards? Yeah, see, maybe I phrased it that way. I got everybody to admit to it. Mostly folks don't. There's a fish down here. If it were to be turned on its side, it would look like a suit on a playing card. It's difficult to tell. It's that striped one right there. But if you were to turn it over, it would look like one of the black suits. It would look like a spade. So it's called an Atlantic spadefish. Most of the time, when I ask the question about playing cards, nobody admits to it. They'll only giggle once I say it's spadefish, or if they figure it out themselves. All right, here we go. The most fearsome creature on earth right there in the shark tunnel, but they're well trained. We feed them snacks. They have free Wi-Fi. So if you smile to them and wave to them, they will do the same. Unless, of course, they're involved in taking selfies down there with their cell phones. Come on. Those folks were just on the boat. They should know better. They should be waving at us right now because they did the same thing a short while ago. But the reason we have these creatures down here in the shark tunnel is because in South Carolina it's illegal. It's unlawful to house or exhibit cetaceans, which are whales and dolphins. And that's been going on since the 50s and 60s. But we have these folks down here to entertain you. There we go. Smile and wave, smile and wave. That's what we do. All right, folks. We are rapidly approaching the end of this tour. Does anybody have any questions at all? Well, think about it. And during the course of the day, if you have any questions at all, like for the folks with the blue shirts, they can answer your questions, tell you where the next shows are, the dive shows, etc., where the areas are that you're looking for. Hopefully you've enjoyed the tour, found it a little entertaining, a little educational. And when you head to the shark tunnel, you'll have learned a little bit. All right, folks, you're most welcome. Just wait a moment until